For anyone logging time on the far-right corners of the internet, this coming Saturday is not just another autumn weekend but the potential start date of an apocalyptic showdown. InfoWars has warned Antifa plans civil war to overthrow the government. The John Birch Society put out 2 recent videos warning Americans to stay home and tell your children to do likewise on Saturday. YouTuber a Glock fanboy notched more than 400,400 views for a clip raising the alarm about the first day of the revolution or whatnot. Honestly, I'm happy, the YouTuber told his followers. Dude, we've been on the verge of the Great War for what seems like forever and I'm just ready to get it going. While November 4th has become a rallying point on the conservative landscape, complete with a hashtag Civil War 2017 down on the other far end of the political spectrum, the reality is equally significant. The left-leaning group Refuse Fascism is planning rallies across the country on Saturday, the first step in a large-scale, long-game demonstration organizers hope will achieve nothing less than the unseating of the Trump administration. We formed this organization around 2 main points, and easy. One of the group's organizers, told The Washington Post. One is that the nightmare must end, and second, in the name of humanity we must refuse to accept a fascist America. Z maintains that Refuse Fascism is committed to nonviolent protest, and scoffs at the ideas floating through the far right of Antifa super soldiers waging war on mainstream society. If anything, the jarring disconnect over November 4th shows how easily facts are eaten alive by social media and regurgitated as conspiracy theory. The possible violence coloring that disconnect illustrates how truly ideologically isolated the two sides are from one another. It's absurd. Calling for a civil war? Z said. Pick a date for a civil war? Honestly, what do you say to this? Tapping the same kind of energy unleashed in the Occupy Wall Street movement and Women's March, Refuse Fascism hopes to spark regular protests against the administration, daily actions that will snowball until every day there are tens of thousands of people protesting, creating a political crisis in the country with international repercussions, and where you do get a reaction from those in power that they have to do something about it, Z said. Z's group does have big plans for the weekend, and beyond. He tells the Post the group is organizing demonstrations on Saturday in more than a dozen locations, including New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, and San Francisco. The blueprint here, Z told the Post, is the South Korean mass protest movement that began in October 2016 and eventually led to President Park Geun-hye's removal from office in March. What we are trying to unleash is a process of continuous protest, Z said. We can't just wait for the other shoe to drop. We've been saying from the beginning, with fascism, it can be too late. Z is admittedly less clear on what that peaceful regime change would look like in the United States. Impeachment, the 25th Amendment, they will determine the means and ways when it becomes clear there is a tremendous crisis of confidence, the organizer said. The key is sending the message. That message, however, so far has largely been lost in translation online. Rumbles about planned November 4th demonstrations began circulating on the internet this summer, according to Will Sommer, The Hill editor who pens Right Richter newsletter. In September, a small group of Refuse Fascism organizers made a splash when they blocked traffic on Highway 101 in Los Angeles and held up signs reading November 4th IT begins, LA Weekly reported.